never satisfied. So I have food issues. I've talked about them before. I hate when other people are eating in front of me and I'm not eating, which is like the opposite of other people. I get that. Other people are like, I don't want to eat in front of people. Mine's more like, and I've talked about this issue before. I don't know where it stems from. I think I know where it stems from, but I don't know. If you have an ice cream and I have an ice cream, it's funny I said that because it's probably the one food I don't care whether I finish it first. But for example, if we're out to dinner and we get dessert, if you have a dessert, I have to have a dessert. I have to still have some on my plate when you are done, so I can take the last bite. Don't know what that is. It's probably some like last word thing too. I probably have to have the last word in every argument. I know when I was little, it was real bad. If we had like popsicles on the back porch, I had to eat my popsicle slow so that when your popsicle was gone, I still had one. You know, so I know that I have this issue. So one of the other things that I tend to do is if we go out to dinner, let's see if you can follow this because it gets a little jumbled in my own head. And Norm orders, for example, an appetizer, a salad, and an entree. Even if it's something for an entree, like it's not a whole entree, but like an appetizer, a salad, and another appetizer for his entree, whatever. He ordered 3 things. It's going to come in 3 waves, right? I have to order 3 things because I hate sitting there while he's eating because I'll want to pick at his food, or I just I'll be like, well, I want something, and then I'll end up ordering something anyway. So I'm trying to get over that. I did pretty well yesterday. We went out to one of the seafood places we go to. I wasn't all that hungry, so I ordered some oysters. He had soup, he had wings, and he had french fries. I got oysters and french fries, and I did end up eating like 2 of his wings, but I was invited to eat the wings, so I was okay with that. But so anyway, I was feeling like I was never satisfied emotionally. It wasn't like I wasn't emotional. This is so funny. I wasn't emotionally satisfied with my food. That sounds so stupid and pretentious, but it's how I felt. I felt like I was dieting and everybody else was eating and they weren't gaining weight, or at least I wasn't noticing that they were gaining weight. And here I am like blowing up like a balloon and I'm dieting because my dieting had become, I would stay perfectly on plan all week long and then lose it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, or at least 2 of those 3 days. So I was fully gearing up to go off of Weight Watchers. I don't know where I was headed. I was looking at some different programs, but none of them is what I wanted. I am definitely a devil you know person. I am definitely a stay too long person. My first teaching job, I stayed for 10 years and I should have left after 5. My second teaching job, I stayed for 5 years. And it was probably the right time to leave. But anyway, it's just, I'm that person. I get into something that feels comfortable and I just don't leave. And I was afraid that I was doing that with Weight Watchers. So I started to kind of look around and see if there was something out there. I wasn't finding anything. And then I was watching a video, actually I was watching several videos of people on YouTube who I consider my YouTube friends, who have gone on to, during pandemic basically, the Purple Plan. So I decided to look into the Purple Plan. What I love about the Purple Plan is that I am allowed to have whole wheat pasta and potatoes and brown rice. So a couple of things happened to me the first week. First week, I think I ate whole wheat pasta, brown rice, or potatoes at every darn meal. And my body responded. It ended by going to the bathroom, which I'm not big on doing on a normal basis. So that was a good thing. I felt like, wow, this is kind of like clearing me out, if you will. And I'm a cruciferous vegetable eater. I eat broccoli and cauliflower and all the things that are supposed to make you go. So the second week on the purple plan, I cut back a little bit. I definitely knew that I could have the whole wheat pasta and the potato and the brown rice, and I have it. It's at home, but I do not have such a desire for it. My first week, I felt like I was having like comfort food the whole time. And I was just like, it's filling me up. It's making me feel good. I'm not walking around peed off at everybody. For example, we went to an Italian restaurant that I love, right? And I asked them, do you guys have whole wheat pasta? And she said, we have whole wheat ziti. So anything I would have switched for the whole wheat pasta would have had to be ziti. Okay. So I'll be honest, I'm in a tunnel, so I'm yelling at you. I'll be honest, I didn't eat the whole wheat pasta. I ended up ordering a salad. But the fact that I was able to look at the menu and have so many more options because I knew there was whole wheat pasta on the menu, I didn't feel deprived at all. So that's where I am with my satisfaction level of the purple plan. Now, I want you to understand that about 2 weeks prior to the purple plan, to me going on the purple plan, I had not weighed myself, but I had also not been following Weight Watchers with any type of fidelity. I was eating candy on a daily basis. There were lemon heads in my house for my niece and nephew, and I was eating at least 2 a day. I was eating Sour Patch Kids. I had some chocolate. I mean, I wasn't counting any bit of it. Right? I was convincing myself I was only having 1 or 2, but I know I was binging. I don't know how high I got on the scale because I didn't track, or I didn't weigh. So I knew that the last time that I weighed, I was 196, and then I went off the rails, and I know based on the way that my clothes were fitting that I had gone up some. So I probably had hit at least 198, if not more, but I don't know. What I can tell you is this. I have done the purple plan now for 3 weeks. 2 of those weeks with keeping my whole wheat pasta, potatoes, and brown rice in check. Now, what I mean by in check is I'm still having them. I'm just not having them at every meal. And I am today, that's not true, I am yesterday, when I got out of bed, I was 192.6. So again, I don't know how much I've lost in the last 3 weeks because I didn't weigh before I started. But my last weigh prior to going on the purple plan was 196. So I gotta go with that. So I'm very happy with that. I'm hoping to get down under 190 very soon. I am definitely sticking with the purple plan. all day. I've got a couple of things on my side. I've got my electric frying pan, which is also, it's not just a pan, it's like an electric frying pot. I just ordered it off of QVC. It's Temptations. If anybody watches QVC, it's the gray one. It's so cute. I have done a couple of meals in that already. I've done a beef stew. I had some leftover ravioli in the freezer. I dumped it in there and made it like a lasagna, where I just, like, it was frozen and I put it in there, kind of let it simmer all day in its own sauce, threw some cheese on top of it. Delish. So I am definitely okay with, especially days like this where it's rainy and it's in the 50s, and I'm perfectly okay with doing some of those type of meals, which probably is helping too, because we aren't eating out as much. But I am finding when we do eat out, I am not going overboard with my calories and my ordering, because I know that I can go home, because French fries were always my thing. You guys know that. French fries is my nemesis. But now I know that I can go home and, like tonight if I want to, I can chop up some potatoes. I always have potatoes now. I can chop up potatoes, put them in my air fryer, put a little bit of salt on them, and they're 0 points. As opposed to going out to a restaurant and having deep fried, not even that good half the time, French fries. So tonight, for example, before I left the house this morning, we had some cracked pepper turkey tenderloins. When I scan them, it comes up to like 1 or 2 points a serving. I'm going to see really what's on them before I decide and kind of do a little research. I don't know if a turkey tenderloin is, I guess maybe that's dark meat. I don't even know. But it looked very like white meat to me. It looks like if you ever get those pork tenderloins that come pre-seasoned, it came in a tube like that, and I threw that in a crock pot with a couple of whole potatoes, just threw them in there, put a little bit of water in there and turned it on. What I'm going to do tonight when I get home is I'll shred up that turkey tenderloin, or I'll cut it depending on how it is, and then I will mash up those potatoes with a little bit of non-fat Greek yogurt and a whole bunch of salt, pepper, and garlic, and a little bit of butter, and I will have non-fat gravy with that, and maybe a vegetable of some type. And that'll be dinner. And you know, the thought that it's going to be cooking low and slow all day and the house is going to smell amazing when I get home just makes me very excited. So I'm good with that. What I can tell you is I know I've lost at least 4 pounds. I'd like to think that I've lost more than that, because I'd like to think that I was higher than that. What I will tell you is, because I was a little afraid that, well, what if eating candy, I know this is crazy, but I was like, well, what if eating all that junk and candy and whatever, I hadn't gone up? What if I'd gone down, right? So the first time I weighed, knowing that I had been 196 or whatever, was a couple of days prior to yesterday, and I was 194. And then I was 193, and then I was 192. So I know the scale is going in the right direction. I was afraid, like, what if I was 190 at some point and I went up to, whatever. So it is definitely going in the right direction. I feel great on Purple. I feel like I'm eating whole foods. I feel like when we go out to restaurants now, I'm not as limited. You know, I was getting really, really sick of salad. Like, I was just over salad, you know? And like I said, we're in those warm months, and there are very few places that, you know, do like a Buddha bowl or something where you can be like, I literally want chicken and vegetables and maybe a little bit of brown rice in a bowl, you know? And And if we were out at a restaurant and everybody at the table ordered these big decadent meals and I could get something like that, I would be fine. I was tired of sitting there with my, especially right now, because things aren't as fresh in restaurants, in my opinion, as they have been because of COVID, I guess, and they're not getting as many things in. So I feel like sometimes I'm sitting there eating these wilted salads with a whole lot of iceberg lettuce and not very satisfied, you know? Like, there's a diner that I go to that is, you know, just like a regular, you know, side of the road type diner, but we love it. And I get this salad, and the salad is iceberg lettuce, cucumbers, a few olives. Usually there's a tomato in there, like a couple of cherry tomatoes in there, but not often, and onion. And that's it. That's like the whole salad, and then I get grilled shrimp on top. And I'm usually quite satisfied with that when we go there, because it's what I want when we go there. But that's like my whole meal. And then usually what I do is I order French fries on the side because everything else was zero. So I have some French fries. And they have really little servings. They're steak fries, but they're tiny little servings. So it's like I might get like 10 French fries, right? Which is fine because I can count them. So, you know, that's kind of where I am right now. Is I'm really happy on the purple plan. I plan on staying on the purple plan. I am losing weight. I'm doing pretty well even on weekends. This past weekend, because I was home, we ended up staying home on Friday night. Friday night is usually the night that I will have an adult beverage. I didn't have one because we stayed home. And I think that I may take a page out of Julie from Living Large on Lifetime's book and say, okay, if I'm going to have an adult beverage, I need to do it at home. I used to take those ices, you know, those soft drinks that are the ices, with me to bars and just ask for like a shot of rum. And then I would put that in there and just kind of nurse it all night. But right now, like with COVID and everything, people don't want you to do that. I don't know. So anyway, that is kind of where I am right now. I am pulling up to work. I just wanted to say hi. I told you guys I would check in and tell you how I'm doing. I think I'm doing pretty well on the purple plan. I'm planning on staying on it. I think at some point, knowing me, I will probably go back to a more restrictive plan, but maybe after COVID. I don't know. I know right now I'm happy where I am, and I'm losing where I am. So I think I'm going to stay there. My goal is still 170, and which puts me in about the 22-pound range of what I still have to lose. And I'm going to try to get there again. And I will talk to you guys real soon. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know how you're doing. What plan are you on, and how is it working for you? And like, subscribe, and share. And I don't post very often right now, and the main reason is because I feel like I'm telling you the same thing every time I come on. But either way, I will talk to you guys real soon.